I need to remember how to play this game. Yeah, I can fly. Why am I taking fall damage? Wait. Oh, it's a tap. It's a tap thing. The real question is, do I have access to the DLCs? Because I think my friend has it. Oh, I definitely do. Actually, no, I might not. I keep hitting that by accident. I don't mean to do that. Also, I'm on some really bad time. Like, in all honesty, I'm taking quite a bit of time to get what I need to get done. One thing I've never understood is like how people will play games that are like very, maybe like, let me rephrase this and not say necessarily that they are overtly political, but they exist within like a very clear having political messaging within them. If you just analyze them slightly, obviously it could not be directly the intention of the people creating it, but like, for example, someone will play a game like Cyberpunk and then not get any, you know, messaging about, you know, being counter capitalism or like counter corporations, right? And think that the entire game is about, if you live in Night City, you die in Night City. Like, I've had someone legitimately tell me that the entire game just boils down to that. And I've never understood it, because it doesn't really make sense for someone to be like such a fan of a game like that, but not get any of the punk messaging out of a game called Cyberpunk. And it's one thing that makes me very curious, because it's like, do these people, and not in like any mean way in particular, but do they understand? Like, is it like an issue of them not necessarily understanding the messaging, or is it like a failure to even analyze games as something more important than just entertainment, right? Like, and this also does go in and apply to other things, like other pieces of media, right? This definitely happens in movies. It happens in film. It happens all over the place. But the main thing I'm curious about in particular, because those have a lot more documentation. But I feel like with games, it's a lot less of a covered field. There's not as much. There's not as much writing about games, you know. And for the most part, the most part, I don't think many people really analyze games like that, if we're gonna be honest. So it does make me wonder, like, is this something that is, like, caused by people, you know, playing these games? Oh, I should get out of that. And that game, it'd be really embarrassing if that died here. Why is my healer down there? Okay. I haven't played this game in a while. Part of me wants to believe that it's a double-sided coin. It's both of these things at the same time. It's both that, for the most part, people just refuse to take any sort of plus meaning out of it because it's simply entertainment and they don't want to take it too seriously. But I'm gonna die. I also believe that there's probably some bigger thing here. Oh my goodness, I forgot I can sprint. I can sprint. There's probably like a really bigger meaning around this. This is like the worst run I've ever had in my life. I'm normally better at the game. This is like normally not challenging. Oh yeah, I wasn't playing this character when I stopped playing. I was playing the other one. Die. I don't know which one of these two parts it squares under in particular, but I would like to believe that it's a combination of two. That it's both, you know. Who's attacking me? It's not attacking me. I genuinely think I can't get rid of any of these. I can't get rid of any of these. You know what? You never know. Maybe try to... Wait, what is this? Maybe I don't need that. Part of me wants to just believe that people aren't doing it intentionally, but I think it's both an intentional aspect of like their analysis of the games. They don't want to look at it past the levels of this is something I enjoy, but also it's sort of like an anti-school thing. Like, people have bad experiences within schooling, so they don't want to really bring school into their life past how much it needs to be. And to me, I don't like it because it both sort of, I don't know if this is the right word, but it kind of bastardizes the meaning that some games can have. Like a game like Cyberpunk is rooted in punk culture, right? That's like where half of the name comes from, you know? A lot of the game deals with these themes of being anti to corporate America. And I just can't imagine enjoying a game like that and completely neglecting one half of it, you know? Likewise, I also don't understand how one could look at a game like Cyberpunk, but only take in the punk aspect, right? I think there's a balance between the two of acknowledging, like, yeah, this is a piece of media that mainly covers, you know, what is that? These themes, but also like what other themes it could personally bring to you, right? And I feel like the choice to just completely neglect all of these things that make these pieces of media special just because you enjoy them, it just kind of defeats the purpose of movies, right? How are you gonna enjoy something truly if you don't analyze it? And I'm not saying you have to analyze it, but if you don't actually look at it past the levels of what you know and don't look into it for what it could also influence you, like what are you really like enjoying that? What is this? Is this the rusted key? I forget what that does. I think it gives you like a lock. So what are these things behind? Right? And I really hate that this impacts people in this community, because then I feel like there's this like a direct pipeline from, you know, being anti-intellectual to being very I'm trying to think of the best way to do it. I feel like there's a direct pipeline from being anti-intellectual to then leading into being a very anti-progress. I feel like they are both two sides of the same coin. Mainly for the reasons that if things aren't deep, right, then anything that tries to be deep is now other. And it's like the same people that I see saying that a game like Cyberpunk is not deep will also be the same people that will look at you crazy for playing a game that is like about a gay character like figuring themselves out, right? And it's like they would say like that's not a game, or like some people will look at a game that maybe isn't the same lens of a traditional game. Maybe it's just a scroller, maybe it's literally just a storytelling mechanism, right? You just happen to put this video things, and they'll treat that as if it's not a game, right? While like being a game, like something, in order for something to be a game, it just needs to be played. It doesn't necessarily need to be everything. But they give games this sort of elitism, but this counter elitism. They're both simultaneously something that it needs to be like ultra specific. You need to be able to play it a specific way, but also it can't be anything past that. It's not. It's literally just a story, and you take it at this point. There's no learning experience. There's nothing you can gain from it. I feel like that's just a really sad life, you know? And I feel like that neglects all the good things that you can get out of games if games are more. Right? And if we just limit games to being just an outlet for entertainment and don't treat them as real media, then I feel like games are just going to be stuck in a place where they have to serve this sort of modern audience where it's just about being fun and nothing else. Most of the best games that I've ever played, the games that I rated to be the best games of all time in my opinion, are all games that gave me something more than just being a game. They weren't just the experience I had playing them, but they were also the lessons that I picked from the game, the meanings that I put into it. And it's like, yeah, I understand. Maybe not everything I took from the game was intended by the authors. But when you create something, you are just the creator. You aren't the medium itself, right? One thing I heard this somewhere is the creator knows just about as much about the story as the people that are reading it, right? And yes, you know, the creator had an intention when they were making it, but that doesn't necessarily mean that another person can't see something else out of it. And I feel like neglecting that the audience also has things to bring to the table and that stories can be this interactive model where you both gain and take away from things. I don't like how it's always framed as it has to be one specific way, you know. And maybe I'm the crazy. Maybe these are maybe this is something I'm taking a little bit too serious, you know. I don't have any money for that. You! I don't think I'm using my ability though. I don't even know it's... Yo! I haven't played this game in a while, bro. Get away from me. Right? And obviously, not every game is gonna be giving you a very deep story, right? A game like Minecraft doesn't give you as much of a meaning out of it as a game like GTA would, right? Or I know some people will look at me crazy for saying that GTA has, you know, meaning. But like, games aren't all made to be the same. And I feel like that's the beauty of it, you know? There's different levels to how much of the meaning you get out of it. It's gonna be like for somebody, you know, they'll play Minecraft and they'll be like, you know, Minecraft really taught me about, you know, isolationism and how that really how you can do it, you know? But someone else will look at Minecraft and go, you know, Minecraft taught me to appreciate the origins of life. It's like, but that's so abstract. I mean, the third person's gonna look at this, they'll be like the other two, they're gonna go, you guys are fucking crazy. Minecraft is a block. And I'm like, all three of you guys can be right at the same time. You know, Minecraft is a block. Minecraft is very simple. And there's no way to know. And I'm pretty confident, like I'm saying this like as if it's up for debate, but I'm pretty confident, you know, that the authors, the creators, you know, like Mojang didn't really intend for it to be anything spectacular. But just that the meaning can come from it, what your personal experiences outside of the game, as well as your experience within the game can influence. I feel like there's no point in not acknowledging that's a real experience. That's something people go through. People definitely have these experiences that influence how they interact with these games. And I know there's probably going to be someone who says, well, just let them do what they want to do. Like, yeah, if someone's anti-intellectual, then they're anti-intellectual. But I fucking hate when you say shit. So, just let people be, like, leave them alone. Just, like, let them do what they want. And this is not coming from a space of, oh, I want to control people. Like, I want to preface that first, but I know someone's going to listen to that first part and not get to the second part. But it's mainly because my critique of them is with the intention for things to get better. I don't understand why me saying I don't like it that you guys do this is necessarily, or maybe not necessarily I don't like it, but I would appreciate if you guys think it is necessarily antithetical to them doing what they want to do. I'm not going to stop them from doing it. I just would really appreciate if they looked at my perspective and say, oh, this is really nice. Maybe I should take things this way as well. You know, and because of that, I really have beef with people that say that. But that side tangent aside, I don't want people's anti-intellectualism to stop. How did you stay on to stop them from being able to really look at things deeper than one novel? Right? I'd be like, you know, maybe we make book reports mandatory. I mean, maybe not book reports, but game reports mandatory for people that play video games. But that's, I'm being facetious. Like, I get what you mean. That's understandable. But I would like for there to be more thoughts around it, you know? I want games to be more than just you play the game and then you have the experience. I want games to be you play the game, you have the experience, but then you also use that experience to inform your own analysis. I would love to be on YouTube, and there's like so many videos about people who play the game and the meanings of the game. I feel like that would be amazing. But until we get to that point, I don't really think we've gone far enough. And maybe, like I said, I could be the crazy one. I'm fully aware that my opinion may not be popular. But it's not necessarily for the sake of it being popular, but I would just like for people to, talk about it. Acknowledge that this is something that's happening. I feel like this isn't really commonly spoken about by a lot of people in the gaming space. I feel like this is always talked about people who, yeah, they're in the gaming space, but they're seen as outside of the gaming space, right? And it's like, why would I feel like this kind of conversation needs to be more within the space itself, rather than it being like a novelty. And in order for something to not be a novelty, it doesn't need to be everyone who does it. It just needs to be like 10%. Like if 10% of people who play video games were willing to have an open and honest discussion the ways these games interact with them, that's just the levels of what the game talks about, and maybe like delve into it more of what it means for everyone individually, I feel like that would be enough, right? Like, you know how many YouTubers there are that are like probably million sub YouTubers out there that you don't? That's like less than 1% of the platform, and they make up, there's like thousands upon tens of thousands. It's probably more than a million subscriber YouTubers, and like you wouldn't even be able to name 10%. And that's the type of environment I would like to be in, where it's maybe not everybody, but it's enough to the point where everybody has access to it. And then I wouldn't have an issue with people that say just let people choose what they want to do, because at least everyone has access to the information. And it's no longer like it's something that doesn't get talked about. It's an actual information, piece of information. But for all the people that are anti-intellectual, there's also people who just never encountered the concept. And that's why, like, I feel it's a little bit I think I should stop it. I think I'm gonna die. Oh yeah, I'm gonna die. You know what I'm saying though? And I understand I'm way all over the place, but it's partially because I haven't played this game, but also because my opinions aren't also sound. Like, these is all things I've felt, but for the most part, it's not like these are things I can put words to. It's mainly just things I can do. But if I had more discourse, anyways, that's pretty much like, for the most part. There's a few things I wish that came over, but I hate this one. Pressing shift, it's not working. Probably I don't look at the bottom of the game. Unless I'm playing like that. I was initially gonna play Lifelock when I was playing this game, but I low-key could not figure out like how to focus on Lifelock, and talk about what I want to talk because I had a feeling that I was not really having. This is not really intended to be too academic. It's mainly just intended to exist. And I feel like it existing is really servicing that. So it doesn't know my thought is useless if it doesn't escape. It just stays in my head. But anyways, since I've sort of gotten over the crazy part and now there's really no enemies left, yeah, like I don't really understand like I said, it could just be me. There's supposed to be a case here. I am very curious. Where is the case? Maybe I find it on a different map, because this map is pretty hard to find. I mean, I have the key. Yeah, but I just don't really rock with the idea of maintaining such a position. Maybe I'm the minority. Maybe I'm the crazy one. I could be the crazy one. But I just feel like there's more to such a beautiful piece of media than just surface value. So everything doesn't need to be deep, and I'm not arguing that everything is deep, but I'm arguing that things aren't basic. You know, it's like things are not just one or the other. They're most of the time a spectrum. I'd say 95% of things in our life aren't one thing or another thing, but in between those two. And understanding that is, I feel like, the most important part of learning how to live in our world. Because once you force yourself into a binary, it's like you've sort of limited how much things can be. Right? You've limited what things can go, where things can go. Please don't shoot me. No, these guys are beefing. Right? And by limiting yourself to those rules, you reduce a lot of the nuance and the meaning you get out of it. Right? That's why I say things aren't always super deep. Sometimes things are very basic, but the point isn't that things are very basic or not. Thank you. And you dropped it all the way down. What did you even... You gotta be funny. I do love this song. Yeah, but I feel like I fucking hate that I lost what I was saying. I felt like I was saying something really cool there. Screw me. I'm trying to retrace my step. Yeah. Like, I feel like losing the fact that things are on a spectrum really forces you into a binary mindset. And binary mindsets are the antithesis of progress. They've always been the antithesis of progress. They will continue to be the antithesis of progress. This does not mean progress in the sense of, oh, things need to get more progressive. Obviously they do. But this is progress in the sense that if you don't acknowledge that there's more than two options, then you can't get anything out of it. You can't get anything creative out of it. You can't get anything interesting. It just sticks to those two. And I think I need to leave this man because I'm about to die. No, I need loot. think any evolutionary progress comes from believing that there's only two things possible, right? Either everything's connected or everything's separate. No, you have to challenge things. You can't challenge things if you only have two options, right? Because what if both options don't fit? If both fucking options don't fit, then literally you're stuck. You can't go. It has to be in between, you know? And please don't die. Not being unable to live with that fact that things are more than just levels. And you can also make 1.5, 2.5. You know, it could be 1.667, be 1.125. It can be any mesh of those in between vectors, you know. And if you don't acknowledge that, like, you're shooting yourself in the foot. I should probably get off this person. My turret is actually getting fucking toasted. Anyways, that, I don't know. I think this was a valuable discussion. I feel like spending a little bit more time with readings would be nice, but it doesn't beat just talking. I also do think that a lot of what I'm saying needs to be refined, and I can only really get refined if I talk. But I do stand on everything. I do stand on things need to be more nuance and more discussion of this kind of thing. Now, I'm not saying it doesn't exist. I feel like saying it doesn't exist is kind of a disservice to all the creators who do this discussion. Right? A lot of creators who I follow, a lot of creators who I respect, and a lot of creators who I really want to emulate. But I'm not saying that they don't exist. I'm saying that there's an active group that refuses to acknowledge them. Or not necessarily refuse to acknowledge them, but that there's people out there who won't ever get exposed just simply due to it not being really an option. And that's what I would like to judge. And yeah, that turret got cooked, bro. That turret did not stand a fucking chance. Dunner John, don't die. I should probably hit the board. I don't see anyone here. There definitely is more, but I'm assuming I can. The only thing I want to get is that chest at the top, and then I'll be done. Anyways, oh, there's two. Oh, these guys are angry. It's all stuff that I would really like to see a lot of. The thing that really motivated me to really think about it, things like this a lot, was really when I saw there was this video of this dude, and like I kind of clicked off the video once I heard what the guy was saying. Like he was like, it's not really, and I'm like there can be all sorts of gripes within the game's existence and stuff, but like not taking away its own status as a game is kind of crazy. You know, I feel like that's very nonsensical. Right? It's like, what gives you the authority to do that? And obviously, that's to an extent. I will acknowledge that there's things I wouldn't consider reasonable. There's definitely things I wouldn't consider. There's so many games, especially games that deal with topics that are just strictly, like, there's that one game that was just about abusing somebody. Like, that's not a game, in my opinion. But that's less because of me denouncing its existence as a game, and more so it being clearly intended to be a fetish for someone, right? And maybe I am wrong for that. Maybe I shouldn't be saying it. And I'm gonna stand on that. I'm gonna stand on that there's a difference between, you know, someone's intention to create a storytelling that just happens to be something else. And, you know, someone who's making a game with the entire intention to do something that they can't do with it. And I'm not talking about like stealing. I'm specifically talking about like, you know, like things that are crazy, not petty crime or crimes that are like crimes of circumstance, but I'm talking about like crimes I would never see having any source of intention outside of them just existing, you know. And like that does beg the question. I feel like that does go into what crimes are worth. I thought I misjudged how much money I needed, but oh, that guy might give me a bit of money, but I might be cooked for the final boss fight. Don't think I'll be able to. Ooh, that guy's cooking me. Give me enough money. I think that gave me enough money. Kobe. I mean, fuck that. Yay. Anyways, let me finish. Oh, there's the box. You see what I mean? Like, this thing's so easy to miss. Like, genuinely. This is so easy to miss. So I completely understand how people miss them. I missed it on the last map. I think this is the last one, right? Or is it stage 6? I haven't played this game in so long. Oh, no, it's the last one. So the real question is, how long do I want to stay here? It's just gonna go into... I wasn't expecting this run to take this long. I thought I would have been dead by now. Or died. I thought one of the two would have happened. I wasn't expecting me to have survived. Oh, that's like a healing node on the ground. That's actually sick. Okay. Good to know. I don't know. Maybe I'm just a speculator. Maybe I did damage to me. That's cool. Maybe like my concerns are. But I don't know. I don't feel like I am. I do feel like what I'm saying does have some sense to me. Maybe I'm just coping. Yo, I do know this dude. This dude be killing my runs very frequently. Get out of here. Get out of here. Get off my ass. I mean, I know I'm the one who came over to your spot and started jumping. But like, come on. Let's do it. Yeah. I don't know. I think the thing that really got me to really think about this was like, it wasn't even, I think it was GTA. I think I was playing GTA for a second and I was like, yo, this game is so crazy. And then I was like, you know, there's probably some people who only look at GTA at the level of it's just a silly game. And not about like how it talks about it. Not even like necessarily specific things that are like, you know, like billionaires being able to do all the shit. The ways that the government is corrupt and stuff like that. I love how it, like, there's probably people who play that game and only take it on base value and don't look at it anything past that. And that's what made me really crazy. Oh, I'm gonna die. 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 Oh yeah, I just need to not be in sightline anymore. All my drones are gone. That is so sad. Maybe I should have just left this dude alone. Because I kind of need those drones. Like, what am I really doing? That's the equipment chest, but I don't need the missile launcher. That's an energy generator. I would prefer to not use my stuff. Yeah, I might have clipped this run, I'm not gonna lie. Am I taking too long? Not having like the passive drone on is actually pretty nice. I could not. You guys are actually see. Anyways, I wonder if this run's gonna take me like a full couple. Probably will, honestly, at this point. Normally, I'm at the end of the game by now, but, you know, what can you expect when you legitimately haven't played the game? Very good game. I think that's an extra jump. I'll take the extra jump. The thing is, I don't want to think past like anything right now because I'm so deep into a run right now. And on top of me being so deep into the run, I don't want to have to. Oh, you guys are really low. 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 I should find the teleport. I swear it would normally be around there. Please don't tell me it's over by the Grand. But I swear it's like, see, like I thought it would be there. Is that it? Don't look like it. Yeah, this run is toast. it's gotta be sellable, so I just gotta keep running. You know what, let's kill this dude. Get out of here. I get you. Nice. Oh, is that it up? It's up there. It's right above him. I have like a bowl of spicy soup right here. I'm really hoping I don't spill this. My coordination's not the greatest. But I do know why that is the case. So it's not really under my control. For the next one I do of these, I'm definitely gonna pick a game that's a little bit more shorter. Oh, this is annoying to do. Oh, there's two of them. Wow. There's only one. Isn't that amazing? And you guys are moving. Okay, at least I think I killed one of them. I don't know how I'm doing so much damage to him or her. If it's a bug, it's probably a I don't know if this is like a bug. Or like something else. And I just fell through the map. I just fell through the map. Oh my fucking god, bro. That's crazy. I thought I was about to like lose, like, I was about to lose like shit. Like, honestly, Stardew Valley also. There's definitely more there outside of just the game's existence. And like I said, it doesn't, and the author doesn't need to be the one to necessitate this more than is existing. But really, oh no. Can I just leave? I'm just gonna leave. I'm not even gonna chance it. This is about to be an hour-long video, and I stopped talking like at the halfway point. Oh, that's crazy work. You know what I just realized though? Like, I didn't even really talk as much as I would have liked to have talked about this, especially because I kind of lost track halfway through, but that's just what it is, you know. But like, that's just what I have to live with. I have to live with having spells like that. I don't know what I'm gonna title this video. Just an hour. I'm not editing this one. I might edit future ones for conciseness. This was just so that the video gets the video exists. You know. I feel like not having the video exist kind of suck. You know? I would really like to win. I should probably just go straight to the... Oh. Maybe I should fight back. Yeah. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Oh my goodness. I did not stand a fucking chance. I completely forgot, because when I loaded the game I was on loader, but I switched to... But like I play loaders, so... I don't know why I did that. Honestly, I like classic more. What is this one called? Is this one Chrome? Well, that does explain why I don't have any of the expansions. So I guess either my friend doesn't have any expansions, or they just don't transfer over. But I mean, that's what it is. Anyways, that's pretty much it. Wish I was a little bit more clear, but I guess I got the main points across. Overall, it's just a very baseline thought, right? Like there's definitely more to refine around it. Maybe there's a few areas where I need to be a little more specific. At the end of the day, I feel like the point stands. You know? Anyways, that's pretty much it. I hope my audio balance is fine, because this is my first time doing like an actual video on here while playing a game. I don't know, I might burn out another one right now, but that's pretty much it. Let me know what you guys' opinions on it if you got this far. It is what it is though. I'll see you guys later.